What's up, gamers? You have TigerChainsaw. Now behind me is my video game collection, but as a kid, I didn't collect video games, but I want to know what you guys collected growing up. Obviously, I couldn't afford video games, but something that I started to get into as a kid was Hot Wheels. Now, I got into it because I was kind of thrown into it. I was the only boy of the family, and all of my relatives and my parents would just constantly get me Hot Wheels. If I did something good, I'd get a Hot Wheel. If I had a birthday or if it was Christmas, one of my relatives would get me Hot Wheels. And so I amassed a pretty big collection of Hot Wheels cars and trucks and vans, and it was just something that I really enjoyed as a young kid. And so I've always had kind of a soft spot for Hot Wheels. Now, the other thing that I really loved growing up was monster trucks. You guys should know that by now. You've seen enough of my videos to know that I was obsessed with monster trucks, and one in particular, and that one was Bigfoot. I love Bigfoot so much. Bigfoot never sold out. He continued to do the smaller shows. He never does Monster Jam, and he does the stuff that I like. He does the drag races, the car crushing. He stays away from the stunts, which is ironic because the game that I am reviewing today is Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem that features Bigfoot, and it's got him doing a bunch of crazy stunts. And so that is gonna be the review for today. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, or if you just haven't yet, go ahead, hit that sub button, because I've got so many game reviews on this channel, ranging from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, all the way up to the Switch and the PS5. So if you hit that sub button, you help me grow, and you get to watch all of those game reviews across all these different eras. So hit that sub button. All right, let's get behind the wheel of my all-time favorite monster truck and see if Hot Wheels Stunt Mayhem is any good. Developed by 3D Clouds and published by Game Mill Entertainment in 2024 for the PS5, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem was focused on all of the slick tricks, flips, and corkscrews that only the most skilled monster truck drivers could pull off in real life. Being a Hot Wheels game, a lot of imagination goes into this one, with the arenas filled with slime, lava, and lots of huge obstacles. Let's hop into my favorite monster truck of all time, Bigfoot, and see if this game crushes the competition. You're doing stunts with toy monster trucks. No plot here, but there is a career mode. Monster truck shows go way back to the mid-80s in terms of showing off what these awesome trucks with monstrous wheels could do. During this era, it was more about watching them crush cars, pull weights, and drag race each other over obstacles. But since entering the 21st century, monster truck shows are now focused on stunts. Hot Wheels Monster Truck Stunt Mayhem tries to incorporate a stunt show with the brand of Hot Wheels and comes up with a mixed bag of tricks. You'll be able to select from single events or go through a career like I did. When you select the career mode, you'll be placed on a giant map with many events. Each event will offer specific objectives for you to do. All the areas are connected, and if you complete every single objective for the area, you'll be given the area trophy. You don't need it to move on to new areas, it's just a little stamp that means you 100%ed that area. The objectives could be anything from earn a certain score from completing stunts, destroy a percentage of objects in the arena, find and destroy specific items like hot dog carts, or perform specific stunts numerous times like wheelies, backflips, or donuts. Most of the events will have reward tiers for you to compete for. Successfully completing the tiers will earn you the big wheels that goes toward unlocking other trucks, paint jobs, and earning the regional trophy. There's a decent amount of trucks to unlock, and I'm not gonna lie, unlocking them made me want to buy the Hot Wheels versions of them in real life. Each of these trucks will also have 2 paint jobs to unlock. One is typically a neon lights lined version, and the other is the truck with different colors. For the most part, each event was fairly easy. I had no issues completing the required stunt scores or finding the items to destroy. The hardest task was destroying a percentage of the arena. On average, if I was seeking destruction, I could wreck between 40 and 60% of the area. This means you have to run over barrels, cars, RVs, and other objects throughout the arena. Some destruction tiers had you trying to destroy up to 70% of the arena, and that was a big challenge. You'll only have a certain amount of time to pull this off, and there were numerous times that I failed on these attempts. When you needed to score points, the combos were very easy to chain together. I would typically score 20 or 30,000 points higher than I needed in order to earn first place. The combos and stunts can be fun, but honestly, it gets pretty boring doing the same stunts over and over and over again. They never change, even when the arenas change. Now there's this boss element to some of the arenas. I was really excited for this, but it's actually pretty boring. I thought the boss fights might be a little bit more interactive, like launching your truck onto the targets of a boss, but essentially you just find 3 little cutouts of the boss in the arena, run over them, unlock the gate to the boss, do a loop-de-loo or a ramp, and the boss will be damaged. Do this 3 times and you will defeat the boss. I like the idea, but they did the bare minimum. Where Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem really excels is the presentation. You'll get an aerial view of the arena, the announcer hyping up your truck, and some nice camera and graphic effects before you start the event. The announcer is pretty good at consistently keeping up with the stunts that you're performing, but he can repeat the same phrases a lot. Something that I'm always a stickler on with any monster truck game is how well the car damage looks when you run over the cars. In Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem, it's decent. It's better than Monster Truck Championship, another game that I reviewed on the PS5, but it's not as satisfying as I had hoped. You run over them once, and that's it. There will be no further damage aesthetics if you continue to run over them. On the flip side, I did like that your truck would get scratched up or the wheels would become dirty as you drive through the mud or crash. Those small details were welcomed. There are 7 areas to play in. They all reminded me of what a 10-year-old boy would set up in his backyard or bedroom. Obviously, this game is geared toward that audience, so it makes sense. I liked them for the most part, but I wish they were a little bit bigger or more creative. If you're gonna make the aesthetics fantastical, go 100% in and make it wild. I thought there was some creativity left on the table. My biggest highlight was playing as Bigfoot. This monster truck is the reason I fell in love with them, and he never gets old. As big as Monster Jam is, Bigfoot has always refused to take part in it, even though he is the most famous monster truck of all. Bigfoot sticks to smaller shows, which is why the truck does the Hot Wheels circuit. While I wish Bigfoot was in other games, I still loved getting behind the wheel of him and seeing him included. And lastly, each truck has a unique stunt that they can pull off once their stunt meter is completely full. To be honest, they're pretty lame, but it's at least cool that each truck had a unique stunt. Geared toward kids, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem offers a weekend of fun, unlocking all the trucks and mastering stunts. It will get repetitive very quickly as the objectives never change and there's only so many stunts that you can do with a truck. There's some good presentation and enough trucks where everyone will find one that suits them. The areas are cool, but the bottom line is that this game will get repetitive fast, and it's really not worth replaying. It's a cool idea, but not enough substance, which is why Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem scores a 6.5 out of 10, making this an average game. Now, boys 13 and under, they may really enjoy this game, but for someone who's a lot older than that, once I beat the game, I didn't feel the need to play it again. Gamers, that was my review of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem from 2024 on the PS5. It was my first Hot Wheels game, and I enjoyed it, although the stunts got really repetitive. But I know that there's a lot of Hot Wheels racing games out there, and I think I would really enjoy those, so I'm looking forward to playing those sometime in the near future. If you're a Hot Wheels fan, drop me a comment below on what's your favorite Hot Wheels game, and if you want to play Stunt Mayhem, and of course, who is your favorite Hot Wheels truck? For me, it's always gonna be Bigfoot. Now, if you haven't yet, go ahead, hit that sub button because it really helps me grow. And I've got so many game reviews ranging from the 80s, the 90s, all the way up to the Switch and the PS5. Now, the review that's going to be coming up next is a indie game that was made by just one guy. It is incredible what Joachim Sandberg did with Iconoclast, and that review is coming up next, so stick around and check that out. Gamers, thanks for watching, and make sure you play a video game today.